All right, we here. We here. Let's get it. We here. Let me turn up the mic a little bit. Mic check 1 2. We here. Listen, man, I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. I'm not gonna drag nothing out. I ain't gonna do none of that kind of stuff, man. Um, we just gonna chop up some game. You feel me? We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk about something. Now, I do have a clip that I want to play. Where are you, my good friend? Here we go. I'm gonna have to play it through the mic because the way I got my system set up, it ain't equipped to be doing all that extra stuff. So here we go. Listen.
To be very honest with you, when you didn't ask the question, you put it out there, is whether or not I identify as gay. And the answer is I don't identify as gay, but I do identify as bisexual. And that is something that I have never shared publicly before.
Now that's Andrew Gilliam. Andrew Gilliam got caught busting them booty cheeks open. He got caught busting them booty cheeks open in a hotel room with some white men, some escorts and things of that nature. And Andrew Gilliam, he decided, you know what, let me go ahead and come out as bisexual. Now, when a black man typically cheats on his black woman, his black wife, he get called dirt, trash, garbage, every name under the sun he gets called. But when he does it, now when he does that with another woman, he gets called that. But when a black man cheats on his wife, his black wife, in a gay orgy, with drugs and alcohol and all types of shit involved, he's a king? He's a hero? He's masculine and all that other goofy shit. What the fuck does that mean? First of all, any nigga getting his back busted, I don't know what type of masculinity y'all be on, but I ain't never heard no masculinity like that. But more importantly, this man is literally cheated on his wife, and y'all are congratulating him because he cheated on his wife with gay men or bisexual men, whatever they decide to do, whatever. I don't even know how they identify. So y'all all for somebody's cheating as long as it's with other men. Then people like, oh, his wife is okay with it, yada, 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 ba, 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 ba. She's not okay with that shit. This man is a career politician. She understood what she was getting herself into, but she ain't okay with it. Is she fucking other men out here? Is she allowed to go fuck other men? Since he allowed to go fuck other men. She's a beard. She was there to make him look good politically, produce a couple kids, and call it a day. Could he be bisexual? Yeah. He could be. He could be. He could be. Strong word, but he could be. Thing is, the hypocrisy with it all, I'm going to get to the overall point of this. The hypocrisy with it all is actually quite understanding. More so. It's expected. I'm not surprised by this. You see, white supremacy has this thing, this infatuation of taming the beast. You see, white supremacy has this obsession with taming the beast. So I'm going to give y'all an example of what I mean. Michael Vick was caught being connected to dogfighting. His cousin was the one doing the dogfighting out at Michael Vick's house. Whether Mike knew about it or not, I don't know those details. But Michael Vick was involved in a dogfighting scandal, is what I'll say. The media made it seem like he was killing babies. The media made it seem like he was a serial rapist, serial murderer, and he needed to be put down like a dog. he needs to be executed, murdered. Should have never been allowed back in the NFL. All this craziness over being connected to a dogfighting scandal. Carole Baskin was involved in the murdering of tigers. We know for a fact she was involved in the murder of tigers. We saw the documentary on Netflix. She is now getting a spot on Dancing with the Stars, and she'll be dancing to Eye of the Tiger. I'm going to tell you how this is all connected to Vic. Give me a second. Now, if Michael Vick was on Dancing with the Stars and he danced to Who Let the Dogs Out, Peter would be in an uproar. Every dog lover in the world would be in an uproar. But the way white supremacy works, I'm going to tell y'all how this works. Remember the show name, right? The show name is Taming the Beast because I'm going to show y'all how this all connects. Black men are considered the beast. Are considered a beast. Right? So if black men are considered a beast, and the point is to tame a beast, however you tame that beast is what it is. You see, Michael Vick is the beast. The goal was to tame him, not to save dogs. There was no dogs to be saved in that situation. The dogs that they found were already dead. At most, you could have prevented those, but you could have just arrested his cousin and stopped that whole ring. But you wanted to tame a beast. You see, Mike Vick at the time was at the top of his game in the NFL. $100 million contract, everything. Top of the world. They couldn't have that. They can't have that beast dominating that position that he wasn't supposed to be dominating. Was he the best thrower? Fuck no. He wasn't even the best quarterback in the league at the time. Peyton Manning was. He was one of the best players. Playing quarterback, yes. Definitely. But was he the best quarterback? No. But my point is, Michael Vick was the beast. So here's how it connects to the Carole Baskin situation. Carole Baskin was killing beast. The tigers were beast. They are the beast in this scenario. So when you see a situation where outside of white supremacy, I want y'all to get into not even outside of white supremacy. This is a white supremacist mindset, but I want y'all to understand why you don't see such an outcry besides the fact that she's a white woman. And of course, she's going to get that pass. But you don't see a bigger outcry by the animal activists the way you would see with Michael Vick. Because for one, with Michael Vick, it was about taming the beast. So you got the animal activists and you got the white supremacists all attacking the beast. In this particular situation, you got the white supremacists out the picture and you just got animal activists. If that, I don't see them. But let's just say you got the animal activists going after who? Carole Baskin? Because she tamed the beast. You see? So with that being said, the goal is always to tame a beast. So when you see these wildlife shootings, these trophy shootings, it's always the beast animals. They're not shooting mice. They're not shooting raccoons. They're not shooting possums. They're not shooting kittens. They're not shooting fucking mole rats. They're not shooting fucking hyenas. They don't shoot those. They shoot the beast. They want the lions, the tigers, the jaguars, the leopards, the panthers, the elephants. They want the big beast. So this is all synonymous with black people. See, White supremacy has always been about taming the beast. So whenever they want to use something as far as a symbolism to scare people, so they may not even have a face to the black man, but all they got to do is say a black man, and you say he was anywhere near 6 foot. Anywhere near 6 foot. Because remember, Trayvon Martin was was close to 6 foot. He was about 5'10", I think, 5'11"-ish. He was close to 6 feet tall. Let me confirm how tall Trayvon Martin was, because he was close to 6 feet tall. So to them, he was not a child. He was a beast. He was 5'11". So I told you, anywhere near 6 feet tall. He was 5'11". So he was a beast to be tamed. What you really gotta recognize is that Big Black Beast is synonymous to all black men. You notice they don't do that with black women. A lot of times they like the big black women, the mammy image. They accept that. They like to parade the mammy image around because they're like, we're gonna put these mammies next to these fly white women, and we're gonna keep reinstilling this confidence in our white women and keep beating down the confidence of the black women. So you're always gonna see a fat black woman around with a sassy attitude, sassy whatever. And a lot of times they always try to say, oh, y'all just being fat phobic. Y'all don't like fat women. Y'all just fat shaming, yada, yada, yada. When all actuality, the reality of this shit is, anybody fat shaming shit. We just showing out why don't they put fly black women next to these motherfuckers. It's always some old out of shape wildebeest type chick with a bad attitude, sassy attitude, talking crazy about black men and all types of shit. But we wrong for demanding our fly black women. Come on now. So that's also a thing. That's always going to be a thing. So with that being said, I want you guys to truly understand the Taming of the Beast mentality. Anytime there was a law to be passed, you had to create the beast and then say how the law is going to tame the beast. When it came to these racial laws, mass incarceration, prostitution. So let's start with prostitution. Prostitution is the Mann Act of 1910. Mann Act law. It's Mann, M-A-N-N. Yep, the Mann Act of 1910. It's called the White Slave Traffic Act, also called the Mann Act. It's a United States law passed June 25th, 1910. It was amended by Congress in 1978 again, and in 1986 to limit its application to transport purposes of prostitution and other illegal sexual acts. The White Slave Trafficking Act. So what they were doing to promote this and get this passed was they were saying that some big black beast of a pimp was going to grab your white women and take them to other states and pimp them out. Although the biggest whorehouses were ran by white women, they're called madams. Although there weren't this whole kidnapping bitches and taking them across state lines, and black people didn't do that. Black people, they got too much pride for that. Black people believed in spitting some game, turning the girl out, and have her out here on these streets. Whether you agree with it or not. I'm not the moral police, but I'm telling you the reality of what was going on back then. Black people were not out here kidnapping white women. Come on, in 1910, black people were kidnapping white women and taking them across state lines? Really? Really? Think about that. So they created this big black beast that needed to be tamed by this law. In order to save our white women, we have to tame this big black beast with this law. And we can throw those beasts in jail for kidnapping our white women and making them have sex like little whores. Even though the brothels in Manhattan was booming with Wall Street guys. But these were the same guys backing that law. See, White people, they understand the significance of getting on cold. Even though they were enjoying the fruits of that prostitution, even though they're the best customers and the biggest customers, white men start reading pimp books, listen to any pimp documentaries or whatever the case may be. They'll always tell you black men are the worst tricks in the world. They hate black tricks. Hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them. White tricks was the ones they was going after. That's some racism I can get down with. But point is, the biggest customers were also backing that law because they understood how to get on code and they understood the importance of taming the big black beast. Another one was the blue gum nigger disease. Where is it? Blue gum disease. Where is this? It was a made up disease Let me see. It was a made up. I'm telling you, it's blue gum Negro disease. Here we go. Where is it? Where's that blue gum Negro disease myth? It's a myth because what they were saying was that these black men with blue gums were gonna run around, start biting people. That's what they said. This black man was gonna run around and start biting niggas. Here's another one. Negro cocaine fiends are the new Southern menace. So they were saying that cocaine and Negroes were running around wreaking havoc. This is how cocaine became illegal, guys. This is back in 1914, around late 1800s to early 1900s. They were saying cocaine crazed niggas was running around, grabbing up motherfuckers, raping them, murdering them, all types of shit. Kentucky did it. Your colonels out there. Negro cocaine fiend helped shape Americans' drug policy. You can look at that up on Drug and War. Like this, again, in February 1914, they published an article like that. Cocaine crazed Negroes. It was all in. So they created the big black beast myth. There's no real black person to truly use in this. They create the big black Negro myth, and then they tell you how they tame it with a law, and you going to get most of white society, liberal, conservative, whatever, on board with that, because at the end of the day, they all practice white supremacy. My kid's up there just acting a fool. Now, I want y'all to understand how taming the big black beast also applies to the emasculation of black men. Because I want to get back to the Andrew Gilliam point. I'm just going to tie it all in. It's not going to be a long episode today. I'm going to tie it all in. You see, Andrew Gilliam barely lost that race in Florida. That shook them up a little bit. It took every ounce and strength of them to get him out of here. So when those pictures surfaced, which I believe they set him up, it came out from Candace Owens, a Negro bedwench who's used as a puppet for white supremacy so they don't look racist. Once she put it out, everybody was able to share it. Now, how this works is, because I'm tying it all in. Andrew Gilliam was considered a big black beast. They used that rhetoric to make sure he doesn't get elected. He's gonna do this. Look at it. Look how Jacksonville is ran. He's gonna bring crime into your state. He's too soft on crime. He's soft on this, soft on that. Speaking of soft on crime, and George H.W. Bush opponent, I want y'all. He went against George H.W. I'm going to take it all the way back to this because this is important. This all ties into Big Black Beast. George H.W. Bush's opponent was a guy named Michael Dukakis. Now, Michael Dukakis was actually beating George H.W. Bush. He was set to beat him. Then there was this black man who broke out of jail. What did he do? Hold on. Where was it? Hold on. Because it was the, where's the campaign? It was a black man that broke out of jail. Where was it? Because he lost it. Because HW lost the Iowa and all of that. But in the last stroke of a pen, he ran this ad because this black man broke out of jail. He broke out of jail. I think he like killed a security guard, and he was on a run for a couple of days. And they ended up finding this nigga at some white woman house eating pancakes. They love to use white women to tame the Big Black Beast too. That's why you start, if you ever realize, when you see these interracial couples, right? Mainly it is running prevalent in like these, on TV, you starting to see it more, where you see they trying to flip it to where it's a white man and a black woman. They trying to get black women out of the hands of black men and bring them to white men because they know white men can indoctrinate those Negro bedwenches to go be their talking points. And black women have a loud voice on the internet, which they do. I'm not going to sit here and act like they don't. They do. They have a loud voice on the internet. So if you can use black women as your talking points, a Candace Owens, a Angela Stanton, Diamond and Silk, who got thrown out and now they talking about they was racially profiled, kick rocks. When you use a black woman, it don't look racist. And if a black man attacks those black women for those views, oh, you don't like black women, you hate black women, look how black men treat black women. This is all the same. They can run so many narratives off that. So what they're doing is they're embedding these propaganda pieces of showing black women with white men saying, hey, look, go with this white, go. This is okay. We socially accept this. We socially accept this. And it's all a part of a bigger picture, bigger game of taming the Big Black Beast. Because if you turn their women against them, there's no chance. See, the black family is the only survival, right? So what's happening is, and this is statistical facts, white people are dying more than they're being born. It's called genetic annihilation. That's how a Trump is able to get in office, and he's able to indoctrinate his white supremacist views, and that's why so many people agree with him. That's why they with him, because you start talking these Christian beliefs and things of that nature, and it just drags out the ugliness and whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm not interested in any of that shit. Whatever. I mean, not in the sense of the whole interracial shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. The point of it, though, is they're trying to slow the rate of black births. So they start this interracial shit, and you also see a lot of these white supremacists with Asian women, because the Asian population is crazy. So you get white men having babies with Asian women, they're going to identify as white. Like a Keanu Reeves, he's half white, half Asian. They call them hoppers or some shit like that. So it's all a part of taming the Big Black Beast. So the only way you can do it, they're trying to do it in the form of numbers. They're trying to surmise us, just overcome us with numbers. They getting white Hispanics, they getting, Asians and white people, white Hispanics getting white people. It's like that. They're doing that kind of shit because their genetics are falling off because they're just not being born at a fast enough rate. So, with that being said, because it's Big Black Beast mentality, I want to wrap this up. We have this. Oh, I was talking about, okay, so with the Michael Dukakis thing, I want to wrap that up too. I'm going to put a button on that. So George H.W. Bush ran this ad saying, hey, if you elect Michael Dukakis, because I think the guy broke out of a jail that was in Michael Dukakis' home state. They say he was like a governor or some shit like that. They like, if you let Michael Dukakis out, he's going to allow people like, what was that man's name? The man's name, like he ran the whole name. He said, you're going to run, here you go. No, how George H.W. Bush won over, where is it? Let me see. Let me see. It was Willie Horton. There it is. Let me let y'all hear this shit. See if I got the video. If I can get the video, this would be perfect. It was Willie Horton. That was his fucking name. The black man. It was. Where was it? Where is that fucking video? It was Willie Horton ad. It's 30, I think it's like 33 seconds. So I'm gonna let y'all hear this shit. Let me get this video, because this shit, I want y'all to hear this shit. Matter of fact, just Google Willie Horton ad. I'm gonna get up this Willie Horton ad. That's what it was. Willie Horton. That was his name. This nigga broke out of jail. Let me show y'all Willie Horton video. Here you go. I'm about to get it on YouTube. I'm telling y'all, this joint it was wild. It literally won him the election. Willie Horton broke out of jail and he blamed that shit. It was a political ad in 1988.
Bush and Dukakis on crime.
Here you go.
Bush supports the death penalty for first-degree murderers. Dukakis not only opposes the death penalty, he allowed first-degree murderers to have weekend passes from prison. One was Willie Horton, who murdered a boy in a robbery, stabbing him 19 times. Despite a life sentence, Horton received 10 weekend passes from prison. Horton fled, kidnapped a young couple, stabbing the man and repeatedly raping his girlfriend. Weekend prison passes. Dukakis on crime.
That was the ad. Now, he got caught. Eating pancakes at a white woman's house, but he ran away on his little weekend pass, and this shit was crazy. And that won George H.W. Bush the election. That 33-second campaign. He kept running new shit though. He extended it. It's longer videos if y'all want to go look that up. But that was the shit that he did. White supremacy is about taming the beast. So when you see stuff and you're like, this isn't equal, Bill Clinton, I'm not Bill Clinton, Bill Cosby, you like, damn, he do belong in jail, but why ain't his people like him in jail with him? Like Ed Buck. It's because it's about taming the black beast. Ed Buck killed black people. That's a black beast. He was tamed black beast. For all they care, they congratulating him. And that's why when police kill black people, they don't care. They go ahead and donate money. They are giving them their payment for taming a black beast. You now have a trophy. You tamed a black beast. Here is some money. Here, we support you for taming that black beast. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I really do. I'm going to holler at y'all next week. I'm sorry the episode came out a few hours late, but the original episode I recorded the day before, which is yesterday, it corrupted. So I just recorded a totally different topic today, and I'll redo that episode next week. Because, again, it's not time-based. This is something that I want y'all to really let that sink in. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at HVO Marv, Unorthodox Logic with Marv, UL with Marv on Twitter. And also make sure you tune in each and every Thursday night live for Mars World Radio. We have a little fun on that show. And that's where I also do PPM as well, which is Proper Pussy, Proper Penis Management. So make sure y'all tune in for that. All right. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Holla at y'all next week. Peace.